Oh man, look at that. Right. So, the first thing we need is a drum beat. Now this is really, really easy. Remember, you must use external and internal inputs. Okay. So external is anything outside of the computer, and internal is anything within the computer. So what I'm going to do is, first off, I'm going to import a kick and a snare sample. I'm going to go to my music folder, I'm going to go to samples, find a kick drum sound that I like. I'm going to go for something fairly dancey. No. That one, I like that one, that's good. So I'm going to have that, and it's going to appear, and there's my kick sample. Okay, I'm also going to go back to import, and I'm going to get a snare sample. Snare drum. We're going to go for a fairly dancey type of snare. That's very dancey, so we'll go with that one. Okay. We're at 120 beats per minute at the moment. We'll just check and see if that creates a nice kind of groove. Start on the next bar, there we go. And I'm not reinventing the wheel. What I'm trying to do is just have a bunch of repeated sections and some cool stuff going on with the drums. So there's a bar of drums. Right, so not quite right. Let's just pull that apart a bit more. Pop that there. And that there. And that there. There we go. That's it. Okay. I'm going to consolidate that. Shift Alt 3. Okay. And then I'm going to duplicate it. Okay, and that's a minute long. Okay, nice and straightforward. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create an audio track. I'm going to call it hats. Okay, set the input A.1, which hopefully it's in A.2. Okay, okay, A.2. Very good. We've got that there. Oh, slacken that off. Pull it down a bit. Okay. It's a bit stiff, that's what she said. Tighten that up a bit. Okay. Make sure it's not going to move anywhere. My hair's going in. And what we're going to do is we're going to record in a hi-hat pattern. We are, if I press the right button. There we go. It's a bit high. Nice one. Not particularly loud. I didn't check the preamps, but we're moving quick here, so let's just boost that up. It's fine. Normalise. 8%. There's my hi-hat pattern. Now, what I'm going to do here, listen up, stop gassing. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to use a part of Pro Tools called Elastic Audio. And this is going to time my drums for me. So I'm going to click on Rhythmic there, which will select Rhythmic, and then I'm going to go to Event, Quantize, and I'm going to quantize that. And it's going to pull it in time. Okay, so it's going to make my timing nice and perfect. Get rid of that bit there, switch it off. Didn't even audition it, so I hope it's right. Okay, pretty happy with that. Go back into bars again so we can repeat that. Okay. Okay, so now we've got internal and external both going on at the same time. Next, this might be quicker than I've ever done this before. I'm pretty quick here. We're going to put some bass guitar in, so we'll use the pod for this. We'll try and come up with two different bass lines, so some variation across them. So plug that in. Bass. Right, okay, that'll do. Let's get a bit of bass on the go. And again, we can do exactly the same process. We can quantize that with elastic audio to make sure it's nice and tight. Monophonic this time. Okay. Pick up that section. That first. Event, quantize, apply. That should pull that in nice and tight. And again, I won't test it. I'll just commit that. Get rid of that bit. Mistake there, so I'll just pick that bit up there. Pop that there. And that's that. Consolidate it, so we've got a nice 4-bar region. Bring it so it brings each section in, duplicate, duplicate. And then we also might want another type of kind of pattern. Something like that, that'll do. And again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pop that into elastic audio so I can tighten it up. Event operations, quantize that, that'll tighten it. Switch it off, commit it, make it into a region and move that to where it's needed. And what I'm now starting to do is I'm now starting to get patterns. So I've got 2 patterns, essentially a verse and a chorus now. So with that in mind, I'll make some markers so that I can see exactly what's going on. Click that, not the verse there. One too quick here. Okay, and another one here for a chorus. Cool. And then our verse starts again there, which means if we repeat this, that, click that, repeat. We've now got verse, chorus, verse, chorus. And if we make that a double chorus, there we go. We've now got a 2-minute song, okay, with the structure, just as we've said. Nice and quick. Now we just need to get a bit of variation into it as well. So we can maybe put, we need to demonstrate that we can play some instruments. So maybe, by the way, I should point out, I didn't say this track was going to be good. I just said it would get a distinction. Okay. So pick Vacuum. I think that's a pretty cool synthy type of program. Nice one. And we'll get that straight into an audio track. Well, actually, we'll record it in first and then quantize it. So let's figure out what we can do with this. Have a quick listen and see where we're at. Right, okay, I'm going to do something like that on that thing. quantize that. And again, that'll bring everything nicely onto the grid. And I'm going to use our audio to capture that. Call that synth bass. Bounce that out onto there. Okay, so we've now just demonstrated that we can record MIDI and manipulate it. The manipulation was me timing it, pulling it perfectly at the time by quantizing it. So. That's the only part I need. Get rid of that bit, get rid of that bit. And consolidate that, and we've now got a little bass riff, which we'll bring in halfway through our chorus, I think. That's not halfway through, I think that's halfway through. Okay, so halfway through our verse even, we've now got a synth bass line that's going to kick off. Consolidate that again and drop that in halfway through that verse as well. Okay, and we also need now a synth bass part for the chorus. So again, a bit of a variation. Again, same thing, quantize, event, quantize, apply, and then record that in, set the outputs. Slip that bass line there. You hear that slipping? Get rid of that. We've now got that synth bass line. That's our chorus bass line. We can drop that there. Duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. That's that one. Consolidate. That's that. Pick that up. Drop that there. Duplicate it again. Okay. Now we've demonstrated that we can play it in MIDI and manipulate it. What we also need to demonstrate is that we can program MIDI. Okay, so I played MIDI in that way and manipulated it. We also have to demonstrate that we can program it in. To do that, we can make an instrument track and maybe put, maybe make like a percussion track. So we go to expand and find percussion. Let's see what we've got in here. Maracas? No. Maybe something like congas. Cool. We'll get our conga on. So programming applies as always, as it did with the drum kit. I'm just doing it with congas, which is basically pitched percussion. So click that on the notes and draw in a pitched percussion line. C3. Let's just turn that. It's very quiet. That E there, I think. I'm kind of just guessing here, by the way. I'm not doing anything particularly clever. I'm just trying to create something that might be a bit interesting. Don't like that second half. Not fast enough. Let's get it into 16. Cool. And again, all we need to do now is get that down to audio. So again, we've demonstrated that we can program. Percussion. And let's get that output sorted out. So 1 and 2. 1 and 2. How am I doing for time there, Phil? It's quite stop. Okay. With that, let's get that into another region. Duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. Hit the bars, make that a whole region again. Pick it up, drop it into the last chorus. Good. Get rid of that one. Actually, I'll use it. So what I'm going to put in now is I'm going to program in a hi-hat. So if I go to drums and hi-hat menu. So that would be G1. G1, G1, G1. Yeah. Yeah. G1, G1, G1. G1. Scroll down. G1. That's it. And put something kind of off kilter in on this as well. Okay, now this one particularly you need to pay attention to because I'm going to put some velocity programming on, and again you must demonstrate that you can control velocity curves with your programming. So the part is that, nice and straightforward. Put that in. Okay. I'm going to go up my velocity and I'm going to accentuate some of them and decentuate. Is that the word? Up we go, down we go, up and down, down. Here it is. Okay, so we've got an obvious accent on that hi-hat. Cool. Bounce that down onto another track. Go mono this time. Program hats. Cool. Plus 13, plus 13, and get that programmed in. Too loud, let's pull that down. Again, consolidate that so we've got it as a region, then we can duplicate that to wherever we need. Get rid of the instrument. Consolidate that. Back at the bars, pick it up, shift that onto that chorus. Okay, and we'll take a step back at this point and have a look at what we've actually got here. Okay, so you get the picture. We're getting somewhere near. How many tracks have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that 7? Yeah, 7. Right, let's get a guitar on there. Guitar 1, we'll call that. And again, analog 1 input for that. Let's stand up for this so I can get my phone call. Increase or decrease that. Okay. Sound. Where we'll bring that in. Maybe bring that in the dead arm, very dead arm from that. I'm not going to use all of that, I just want the good bits. So I've got to find where I sit in the groove. That's the one. I'm going to get that one where I sat in the groove on that verse, and we'll drop that in. I'm going to make another track called Guitar 2, but I'm actually going to use the other guitar on the other verse. Stick them together. That one might go. There's our chorus guitar. Consolidate that so we can pick that up and drop that into place. Duplicate, duplicate. So now we've got a nice little kind of guitar funk going on there. Consolidate that bit there. Right, okay. A little bit more programming then. Let's get a piano stuck into this. And again, we'll program this, I won't play it in. So we'll get Ivory on the go. How am I doing? Yeah, not too bad. Just load it up, takes a bit of time. My time it's easy doing it. Cool. What I'm going to do is try and accentuate some of those bass lines with a piano. So track height, get it nice and large, that's what's going on. Notes, I'm going with just a C because that's what I was playing on it. Resolution right, so I can see what I'm doing. And that's and that's all I'm doing. I'll put it, duplicate that an octave higher. Cool. Make a new track to bounce that onto, so we'll call that piano stabs. There we go. And bus 15, 16. Bounced in. Cool. Piano. That bit there. That bit there. Consolidate. I want to bring that in where the synth comes in, so I'll drop that over there. Go back to bars, see what I'm doing. Right, going with that 70s type of thing that seems to have kind of appeared, I'm going to put some string stabs in, much in the way that you kind of would expect. Maybe some brass. Yes, some brass. I'll put some brass in. Right, okay. So this is an external keyboard this time. So I'm going to patch in the microcorg out into 3 and 4 is the microcorg on. Should be. Stereo 3 and 4. Let's get some microcorg on the go. Definitely need to get some vocoder on it. Right, what's the sound of brass? Yeah. Find it. There is a brass on here and it's absolutely terrible. That's the one.
That is it, like.
Get it in. Oh, that's hideous. Right, let's get this sound brass.
You sound alright at first, but now it's just on the
I'll just bring it in on the chorus. No. No.
That was like Starseeing Hutch or something.
I'm just going to go with that.
I did the opening to my media project.
I'll drop that in there.
I should
Change
have
Right. The next thing I want you to attempt to do is to try and get some sort of arpeggiator in there. Okay, which means you're going to have to pull off some tempo syncing. Very, very easy to do. Expand is one of the easiest ways to do it. And you're looking for some sort of multi-track or simple arpeggios. That was a nice noise you made there, Phil.
That's what that was.
And if we have a look through them. Reasonably happy with that one, Mike.
Just reasonably.
Let's see if it fits.
Let's rev this bad boy.
Turn it down a bit. It needs to be on latch mode. The arpeggio, get it on latch so it'll pick up where it needs to be. That just sounds hideous. Let's keep going and see where we get. Yeah, come that one. Let's keep moving. Let's see what we got. How are we doing time? Not bad. Quite like that. Right, I'm going to program it in so it's nice and tight as opposed to me coming in on it. So, again, with the C. Four long on each. So it lasts. It's a very squeaky drum still. What did you eat today?
Is it the drum steel?
I don't think I could make that noise. To be fair. Good try, like it.
Alright.
Not doing it well.
Let's get this arpeggio in. No, it's not working.
That's completely fine.
Not bad. Cool. Now, at this point, I'm pretty happy. I've got most of my instruments in. And I'm not going to be putting much else into it. Let's just get that extended out. Okay. What I'm going to do now at this point is I'm going to manipulate what I've got and try and add in the complexity and the flair that I kind of want to lift it up to the distinction level. And at the same time, because of what time it is, I'm also going to be mixing it as we go. So I'm going to stick in a master fader. One of the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to do a drop right after the first verse. Okay, so I'm going to clear out the hi-hats. Kick drum and get rid of that. And that. And that. And we've just got that brass kind of thing going on. So we've got a nice little drop here. Okay, so nice little bit of variation on the go there. I'm just going to pull that brass back. Okay, I'm also going to take that hi-hat, which I just chopped out, which I didn't mean to, and I'm going to put a phaser or something on it, okay, to show that I can kind of manipulate things that way. So get a flanger on. Drop that in there. Okay. Kind of got that cool little thing going on. Okay, lastly, well, not lastly, but getting close to lastly, I'm also going to do a kind of a drum fill, okay, a typical dance drum fill. Very, very easy to do. Probably start around there. So, and then that's going to go double speed there. So that's a double speed one. That's going to go double speed there. And then this one is going to go in 30 seconds. Up to that last hit, at which point I'm going to do a little cheeky stop and bring that chorus in. With the bass, I'm going to put that Verify on, which is on, where is it? This one's modulation, pitch shift, there we go. Put Verify on, this is going to create a one of them. So we'll drop that in and get the synth bass out of there at that point. Guitars out, and I might even do, put a little drop on those as well. Verify, pitch shift, there we go. So we kind of got this. Nice and easy, really straightforward, absolutely banal dance rubbish, but it works and it's going to get you the marks. It's demonstrating the complexity. And we could replicate something similar on the previous chorus, but this time we could do it on the snare. In 8, then 16ths, then 30 seconds. Okay, awful. And that's kind of audio sequencing, audio manipulation. All that's left to do is to mix this thing. So I'm going to try and very quickly get some sort of EQ and some sort of mix thing going on here. So I'm going to bring up my kick drum. And I'm pretty happy with the bottom end on that. Happy with that. Hi-hats, let's thin these out. VQ. Make it a bit dancier. There we go. There's our other hi-hat. Pretty happy with that. Our piano stabs, let's get those in. I'm going to try and get them shorter. I'm going to use a gate for the purposes of that. Where's my gate? Okay. Percussion expansion on gate. There it is. There we go. That's doing what I wanted it to do. Gets me EQ on the go and make it a bit more aggressive. Get some of that 4K on there that we were talking about, make it a bit punchy. There we go. Pull back to the top end. Doesn't really sound like that anymore. Right, our bass, let's get something really funky going on that. So I'm going to compress it first. That as it always does. Okay, I don't want this to interfere with my bottom end, so I'm going to clear off some of that. Just want it to be heard rather than felt. Right, I've got some squeaking going on there, so I want to try and clean that up with a gate on that bass. Just quickly get that on the go. Quite happy with that. Right, get that awful bottom end off this thing to give it kind of a bit of a bit more clarity. I just want it to be kind of slappy rather than have any tone to it. Part back on. Right, okay, and these ones I'll send into a bus, called the guitars. So I can work on both of them, put one plug in on them both. How are we doing for time there, Phil? Quarter to. Brilliant, we've still got quarter now. Tons of time. Put some guitar effect on this, make it sound nice. There we go. There it is. There's the brass. I'm not going to do too much of that. I'm going to fire it over that side. Oh, I suppose we could pick up extra marks for flair if we pan that left and right. So we'll do a cheeky little pan automation so that it moves. So if we have that one there, and that one there.
I couldn't anyway.
Awful. But it demonstrates that we can do some panning and automation. And lastly, get our arpeggiator on the go, and again get rid of that bottom end to keep that bottom end nice and free for our bass guitar. Lastly, our mastering chain. Let's get some limiters on the go here. I'll get a bit of compression on. I'll try and use stuff on the mastering chain that you guys have got. Right, okay, I'm happy. What time are we at? Cool, we've still got 10 minutes. Let's bounce it down. And there. File, save, bounce to, disk. We'll go down straight down to 16-bit, 44, because I'm going to have it on a CD before the end of the hour. Ready to hand in. PJ dance 1 hour. Cool. Bound not be able to reach this. Right, so that's done. Place, have a cue. Burn. PJ dance 1 hour. Ooh, down to the wire here. Not. I've gone a lot slower before. I'm very quick this time. Right. I'll have some sort of malfunction with the CD burning, no doubt. Close that. Oh, burn. Reject. Moment of truth. I hope I burned that right. I didn't even check to see if it was on audio. Here we go. Dance track in an hour on CD. Ready for a distinction. And that's how it's done. Okay?